Oh dear. Well, hi guys, hope you can hear me. I'm out in the countryside making myself a cup of coffee, which I will it's going nicely at the moment. Yeah. Right. Sorry about the cars going past, but there you go. That's what you have when you're in the countryside. You have cars and tractors and stuff. Anyway, Leicester. For those that ain't in the UK, Leicester is we'll call it a multicultural city, town, city. It's a city, yeah, Leicester City. But when I say multicultural, what I mean is it's mainly Hindu, Muslim, Pakistani, Indian, that sort of thing. It's mainly that. The mayor is Asian. All of this sort of thing. It's a very Asian community. This coffee smells nice. What I will say is that at the minute there's riots in Leicester. There's riots in Leicester between Hindus and Muslims. Hindus and Muslims. Hindus and Muslims are rioting on British streets about, or what started with, a cricket game. I think it was in Dubai, or somewhere like that. It was a cricket game, and it started like that. Now, I'm no expert on cricket, can't stand the bloody thing, but I don't know why it should cause wars, which is effectively what this is. It's a civil war between two religions on British soil. I'm absolutely stuck for words. Well, how do we let it get to a stage where it's like this? How did the population of Leicester get to a stage where they're fighting on the streets over religion? I was listening to somebody on the radio, I think it was on the radio, and they said, it's just like, it's a tribal thing. It's like Glasgow Rangers versus Glasgow Celtic, Spurs Arsenal, Millwall West Ham and all that. It's like that. I said, well, it isn't like that. It's nothing like that. During the early years, the 70s, we'll say the 70s, there was a lot of football hooliganisms about, and I was one of them. I was a football hooligan, travelling on trains to all parts of the country just to have a fight with somebody else. When it came to London games, we'd go to other London clubs and we'd have a row, or we wouldn't have a row, whatever. But at the weekends and at school sometimes, you were sitting alongside them people, or if you were older, you'd be down the pub on a Friday night, on a Thursday night, having a beer with them. They weren't that bad. You know what I'm saying? It weren't that bad. When I sat in my class at school, I sat next to Chelsea fans, I sat next to Arsenal fans, I sat next to an Orient fan. There's all these people in the same class. I wouldn't dream of kicking off in the class because I sat next to somebody who was an opposing supporter. It just didn't happen. But I don't think that's the case in Leicester. I think there's such a divide in Leicester that if one bumped into another one in the street, they would kick off. No doubt about it. The people that are paying for this are us, are me and you, because it's got to be policed, it's got to be managed. The damage has got to be repaired. Now, worryingly, there's a lot of police involved, and I fear that someone is, if they've not been already and we've not heard about it, but somebody is going to get really, really hurt, if not killed, because these are fanatics. They're round the bend, loopy in the brain fanatics. And it's beyond me, it really is. Somebody said we've had this before in Northern Ireland, we've had the sectarianism, we've had the Catholics, Protestants and all that, but that's gone. Well, it's not gone, but it's very, very much subdued. And it's not like this religion thing we're seeing now. It's nothing like that. It really ain't. Let's get me glove for me coffee. Or what do you think of my new design? What do you reckon? That's going to be my logo. Yeah, it's bubbling nicely. It's just shocking. But what do we do about it? Well, there's three things. How did it begin? How did it start? How is it going to stop? Who's going to stop it? And then what do we do to make sure it doesn't happen again? Well, when I started this, I said it was like two tribal armies, two tribes going to war. It's exactly what it is, because they've said that 70% of the people that are involved in this conflict don't even live in Leicester. They live nowhere near Leicester. You know, they're not, it's not like they're in the street next to these people. They don't live anywhere near these people. Do you know what I mean? Oh shit, that hurt. Right, let me put a lid on this and I'll be back. So what do we do about it? I don't know. The problem is religion. And the problem is that the mosques, the places of these worships, these are the places that spread this vile, what's the words? What's the ideology that says if your mate next to you doesn't follow your religion, you've got to kill him. I mean, it's an ideology. I don't know what else do you call it? What else do you call it? Let's get me cup. I'm not advertising. I don't go to the place. I went there once, and I got this cup. So there you go. It's a plastic beaker cup, which is very, very nice. Right, that handle's going to be so hot. But here we go, boys and girls. Oh my word, look at that, baby. That's coming out strong. Oh yeah, that'll do for me. That'll do for me. Right, now, put a lid on that so it don't fall over or whatever. Yeah, so what do you think? I mean, what do you think? The other problem is, ouch, shit, that's hot. It says caution hot on the top of it. The other problem is integration. There's no integration between the families who come over from these Asian countries. There's no integration between them and the British country they've come into. You've got to say that at least 90% of the elderly in these families don't speak English. I mean, why would you want to live in a country where you don't speak the chuffing language? Why? I mean, all right, everyone around you speaks your own language, but surely, you've got to learn to speak the language. What about when you vote? Or do you not vote? And that's another subject. They do vote, but they get somebody else to vote for them, or they vote by post. It's all wrong. Abolish postal voting. Just abolish it. If you can't make it to the voting booth, You can't vote. It's as easy as that. If you want to vote, you'll get there. Now the other thing, it's not only Leicester. This thing, this Asian thing, because it's an Asian thing, Hindus, Muslims, you can see it in India now with the Kashmir and all that. It's been going on for hundreds of years. It's not only Leicester. We have many, many British towns and cities that are mainly Asian heritage. And the vast majority of the elderly, the granddads, the grandmas and all that, do not speak English. They do not speak English. They don't want to speak English. They've never tried to speak English. They don't need to speak English because nobody around them speaks English. To them anyway. But you've got many, many cities all over this country. Now, you work this out. If all of those cities all decided, right, we've had enough of these lot over the road, these Hindus, these Muslims, we're going to kick them out. If every city that has a majority Asian population decided to do that, this country would be in a state of civil war. There's no other way to put it. This country will be in a state of civil war if all the Asian populations in the cities that they are the majority voting age persons, if they all decide to kick off, this country would be in a state of civil law. There's no doubt about it. No doubt in my mind. Now, if you don't agree with me, then let me know. If you do agree with me, let me know. But at least have an opinion. If you think I'm wrong, let me know. Now, I'm not racist. This ain't a racist thing. Don't accuse me of being racist. I'm not racist. This is not racist. This is factual. Hindus and Muslims are going at it on British soil without any care or concern about British law, the British way of life, and our heritage and our culture. They've got no concern about that. They don't want to know about it. They really don't want to know about it. You ask half of them who Shakespeare is, they wouldn't tell you. They'd probably say it's the kebab shop down the road. I doubt if any of them, well, I doubt if the elderly know who the Prime Minister of England is. I doubt it. I really do doubt it. You can tell that this is a deep feeling. You can tell that because of the way I am. But I'm just fed up with seeing the country that I was born and brought up in go into this shithouse like it's doing. We're so multicultural, we've lost total grip of the land that we love and live in. Now we've just seen Queen Elizabeth died, second died. God bless her. Rest in peace, Your Majesty. If you looked at all of the people, 98% of the people that queued up, that stood beside the road, that stood in wait, were not Asian. They were not Asian. I don't like that, they were white. That's got to tell you something. If 15% of the population of this country, and it's 15% that we know of, if 15% of the population of this country have no interest in our royal family, have no interest in the way we live our lives or the way the British would live their lives, Why are they here? It's all down to money. That's all it is. So, I'm not saying all Hindus, I'm not saying all Muslims. What I'm saying is, it's a very, very dangerous situation. And it's a situation that could easily get so far out of control. It's unreal. I mean, the streets of London, we've already lost those. We've lost the streets of London to criminals. The streets of Birmingham belong to the criminals. Manchester, same. Glasgow, same. Liverpool, the same. We've already lost control of the streets because we don't have a police force. We don't have a police force. We have a group of people that are trained to be police people, but are not allowed to do their job for whatever reason. But this cultural art is the ruination of this country. Denmark has found that out. Sweden have found that out. Poland won't have it. Japan have said that they won't accept any Muslim people into their country. None at all. It's just the way things are, and I fear for this country. I do truly believe that if all of these people collectively, if they all said, because these imams and these mosques, they all talk to each other, they all, you know, have their way, they've got Sharia law and all that jazz, which again is banned in this country, but they all live by it. I'm rattling on. Just let me know what you think. But honestly, guys, can you see what I'm saying? Right, that'll do for me because it's gone long enough now. So I'm going to drink my coffee, get my gear back on my bike, and I can drink my coffee while I'm on my bike because I've got a cup holder. So I can drink my coffee while I'm on the bike, and I'll make my way. I think I'm about 10 miles, 12 miles out of home, so not far, about half hour. I'll be home. Call it home. Don't go there. I think that'll be the next video. The divorce of Ed Shed is coming up. What can I tell you? Anyway, take care, guys. Stay clear of the anarchy. I just want to show you where I am before I've stopped for a cup of coffee, but let me show you where I am. I'm actually, I say I'm miles from anywhere, but every now and again a car comes past, like now. So, you know, I'm miles from anywhere, but every now and again you get that. So, anyway, take care, guys, and I'll speak to you soon.